Hi guys, very good afternoon to you. Welcome to the video number 272 and my name is Ajay and I'm going to talk about today one of the questions which recently I came to know from one of my students, and he has faced this question which is on the conditional formatting, right? So we're going to start this video number 272 and so this is what exactly we have. Let me show you the file. Now guys, as you can see here, we have the manager name, team leader, project ID, start date and project end date, right? So basically the question is in front of you, as you can see in the text box in this rectangular box. We need to see rows getting highlighted if the difference between end date and the start date is less than 3 days. So basically what actually the question is that if the difference between these two dates is going to be, let's say, less than 3 days, then they should the entire row should get highlighted so that you can send out the emails to your managers or to your stakeholders telling them that the date is now, we don't have that much of the time, right? So we need to deliver the things very quickly, right? Or whatever, I mean, it's just that you should be indicated by it. So this is what we are going to talk today. So guys, this is really very very simple. Actually, we just need to highlight this using the conditional formatting, and in the conditional formatting we'll use simply the trick which is to subtract the dates, which is to subtract the start date from the end date. So you know that the dates can be subtracted. If you do not know that, let me show you. For example, this is the greater date, and because end date is always going to be greater than the start date, so I just subtract from this the start date from the end date, and I press enter, and you see that the number of days are going to come, right? So we have a date here. The difference between the two dates is 3 and then 1, and you can see 1. So these one actually we want to highlight it. So manager Masood Ahmed should be given, should be we should send the email to this manager, keeping her keeping his actually team leader in the CC, and telling that we are about to close. The target is of just 1 day, and we can set up the things like this. We can send them the reminders, right? So how are you gonna do that? Now it's very simple. Actually, you just delete it. Select the entire row which you want to actually highlight. First of all, now you selected this, go to the conditional formatting, click on the new rule. By the way, conditional formatting is under the home tab if you don't have any idea. Then choose the option use a formula to determine which cell to format. So when you click on this option, what you want to do, you want to simply say this minus this. If it is less than 3, then it should highlight the row. So you can go to the format and you can select any of the colors. So let's say I want to just give it a this red color. At the same time, you can also check in the border and you can give it a black color, a white color, I beg your pardon, right? So combination of red and white will actually make it very much visible, make it very bright actually. So press OK. Before you press OK, I want to tell you one very important thing. You need to guys remove the $ from here, because the next time the conditional formatting is going to be applied, it should do the comparison with the E3 and the D3, not E2 and D2. If you're going to keep this as a default, which is always the $signs, then the comparison will always happen with the E2 and the D2, and ultimately you will get the wrong results, right? Because down the line, if I go to the Jay Parekh and Akshay Kaushal, and then so on, I mean, every time the comparison should happen with their corresponding start and the end date, not with the D2 and the E2. That's what I'm trying to tell you actually, right? So just click OK, and there we go. So the difference between 28th and the 1st is still, I think it's more than 2 days, so that's fine. So just copy this entire thing and select the range and go to the page special, Alt ES, or you can click on under this home tab. There is an option called page special, right? So just click on the format and click OK. Now you see that automatically the things are going to be highlighted. Now this is a conditional formatting, guys. If you select this and you go here and you think that somebody can no fill it, it is not going to work, because this is a conditional formatting work. The moment I increase the date, for example, I'm going to make this 11, so it is going to be 29th of November, which is today date, and if I press enter, then that the difference would be more than 3 days, so automatically the color will remove, right? Similarly, if I add here, let's say 29th of November, then obviously I should see this entire row in red. It should be highlighted in red, and there we go, right? So this is the way you can actually, you know, whenever you open these files every day, you would like to see, you know, you can see that what all exactly the projects which are really getting very close, and you can, you know, talk to their managers or send the emails to them. Now this was the question actually which you know, my student got, but then I further enhanced it, because if I actually if I'm going to take your Excel test, then possibly I may not give you this such a simple question, right? I may like to mix it up with some another stuff. I like to, you know, basically put it in the little complicated way. So I can ask you, let me first remove the conditional formatting from this, and let's start from the scratch. So I'm going to remove the conditional formatting, clear rules, clear from the selected cells. If you do clear rules from entire sheet, then wherever you have the condition formatting in this sheet, that is going to be removed. So be careful, right? Because if you press this, then maybe the work which you have spent on the condition formatting on the different tables, that is simply going to disappear, right? And it is absolutely going to give you a lot of frustration. So keep this option on, but if you're confident, you can do that. So this is going to, because right now I can use this option obviously because I don't have any other conditional formatting anywhere. This is a new sheet, I know that. Well, that's done. Now what I actually want to tell you is, let me just delete this. So this is the question, guys. I would like to put it in front of you. I would ask you that, look, whenever you open this workbook, I would like to do the comparison with the today date. And I would like to see that if my start date, which is, you can say it's, let's say, delivery date, right? If the delivery date is coming near, okay, for example, if the difference between the delivery date and the target date, okay, delivery date, or you can say expected date, all right, by which we should be able to send this material or whatsoever, you know, and the target date is going to be today date. So I would like to do the comparison that every day when I open the workbook, if the difference between my expected date and the date when I'm opening this workbook is going to be less than 3 days, then immediately highlight those cells, highlight that particular row. So how you're gonna do that, right? Now that means every time you will have to come here and you will have to change the date, because today is 29th September, so you will like to do the comparison with the 29th of November. Tomorrow when you open this, you would like to do the comparison, you know, with the 30th of November, you know, with all these dates one by one. So how you gonna do that, right? So in that case, what we can do is, guys, we can write here a formula called today. Now this today function always inserts the today date depending upon your machine date, system date. Okay, if your system date is correct, you will get the correct date. If I open this tomorrow, I will automatically, you know, this on the F2, on the F1 cell, I will see 30th of November, and then so on. So you don't have to change it manually, right? So what we can do is, I'm going to select this entire row again. I go to the condition formatting, I say new rule, and I'm going to use the same option, use the formula, and here I would say that this minus this, if it is less than 3, then let's give it a color called again I choose the red color, but I will use the fill effects. You can use this, this looks very nice. You can give this red here, the combination of this color and this will, you know, this looks like this, diagonal up, diagonal down, I mean, you know, whatever kind of the pattern you want to choose, you can choose that. I press OK and I click OK, right? And I click OK, right? Now as you see that, because the difference between the 28th and 29th is just 1, it has highlighted. So let's go ahead and repeat the same step. I copy the entire row and I select this range and I go Alt ES. Instead of taking the help of the home ribbon, which is the paste value, I use the format. And now let's have a look. So now I don't think so it's giving the correct input, I believe, because 29th, if the 29th November we subtract 26 from it, obviously we have a huge difference. It is going to be more than 3 days, but not a problem. We can do one thing. Let me select the entire this range again, and let's go to the manage rules this time, because we want to see how the, you know, the formula which we have set up, what is wrong with that. So I click on the edit and let's have a look here. Yeah, so as you see that, guys, this is what exactly I was talking about the previous example. if you're going to freeze this $2 and $1, F$1 and D$2, then what happens when you use the Alt-ESN format, the condition formatting is going to be always applied based on the result of F$1 and D$2, because you have frozen the rows. You cannot afford to do that, right? Because I told you the comparison should happen with the F1 and then D1, then F1 with the D3, I beg your pardon, D2, D3, D4, D5, so all these numbers should change. All these cells should change, but this should remain as it is because it's on the first cell. So I don't I will not remove the dollar from the 1, but I will remove the dollar from the 2, so that the next time it should be $F $1 minus $D3, and then $F $1 minus $D4, and so on, right? Now I press OK, there we go, I apply it, and there we go, okay, perfect. Now again I'm going to copy this entire row. So I copy this and I select this entire part, Alt-ES, because I want to format it. I want to do the conditional formatting. I press OK, and as expected, this time we are getting the correct result, guys. So these are the two managers. We should be immediately, we should talk to them and tell them that, look, your expected date is actually, is very near to the, the target date, which is today date, right? So we can confirm that whether have you sent the material, whether you have dispatched the things, whether you have talked to the team, whatever be the reason. I'm just giving you the hypothetical situation. So it means that in this way you can also use the function, right? And not only this, guys, you can also, if you don't want to use this, let's say, then what else you can do? You can simply go to this, and I go to the manage rules again. Let me change the rule this time. First of all, let's just delete everything. Okay, so we have deleted everything. I press OK, and there we go, the condition formatting is removed. Now I go in this condition formatting table. I go in the new rule. Now remember, I have not selected one row, I have selected the entire table. This way also you can do, not a problem at all, right? So in the new rule, now instead of using any cell, why can't we directly write the today function? That is also fine, right? So you can write the today here, and you can select the cell, which is this cell, and obviously you need to remove the dollar part from this. So you're going to remove the 2 part from here, and I go to the format, and this time let's give it a maybe, let's say this color. I'll keep it like this, and I press OK, and so we are not able to get the correct output. Let's have a look again. Let's go to the conditional formatting. Everything is highlighted, which is wrong. So let's just go to the manage rule and see. I think I've used the wrong formula. Yes, guys, I'm so sorry. Actually, there is no comparison happening, right? You got to tell that the difference is what, like on what basis you want to color. So I just simply subtracted it. Very silly of me. So I'm going to write here this 3. Now the difference between the today and the D2, if it is going to be less than 3, then actually it should highlight this, right? So I forgot to write that. Completely my mistake. My apologies. I just click on the apply now, and there we go. The same result, guys, we are getting. So now you don't have to use this. So in this way also you can do that, right? So this is what all we can do with the condition formattings, and this is what you can use in your office also if you are dealing with the mails or the reminders. I think this option is pretty cool, right? So if you have any questions, guys, let me know. And for those who actually watched this video for the first time on my channel, we have already uploaded 270 videos, and you just need to go to the playlist, guys, and I have all the videos on the Excel VBA, Access and Access VBA. You just need to do a little research on this. Just do your search on all these different categories. If you are interested in the loops, if you are interested in the arrays, if you are interested in the basic videos on the VBA or the VLOOKUP videos, index video, just scroll it down and you get to see all these amazing different videos, which are a mixture of basic and the advanced videos, right? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I will be back with the another exciting stuff very soon. Until then, you take care of yourself. Thank you so much, guys.